Same. Anything to add from anyone else?
There was an opportunity for Thane to kill someone in a trial by combat.
I mean, maybe.
Who? Like a jerk or like some poor person?
You don't know who they would have pit you against.
Bummer.
Okay.
That's all right. We'll get a chance later.
We'll get to the next one.
Probably. I'm sure you'll have plenty of opportunities in the future. Derek, how is your inspiration looking? Oh my goodness, you're just stacking rolls right now. Ooh, okay. What to gift you? For such a lovely recap that I didn't record all of. Sorry, Curtis.
That's okay.
Choose a skill to add proficiency to for this session.
Does that include expertise? Or does it have to be an untrained skill? Oh, fuck. Okay.
That's a great one.
Derek's been saving things up. I can't be skimping on his gifts. Okay. Feel like you might be needing that. You're not going to go with animal handling like Curtis did forever ago?
Did I not use the animal handling in that instance, though?
It was the best
Was
choice
it
you could have
important?
made. It was so good. All right, so persuasion. Phenomenal. I love it. Do. Okay.
Andrew, would you like a roll 20 stream?
I was just responding to you.
I see you typing.
If we need one, yeah,
Frantically typing.
I am just on phones moving forward for the time being.
Oof, that's rough, buddy.
Yeah,
That's
can't
fine.
be trusting
I got
yourself
a new
not
laptop.
to yeet computers.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is, like, I'm thankful that I dropped the machine and not the child. It was going to be one or the other, so I'm glad that.
That's children
fair.
bounce and heal, but I guess.
But trauma
All right.
lasts forever.
When the King God takes
Too young
over,
to remember.
you're going to be saying that? I don't think so.
Focus. Focus.
Getting yelled at already.
So we return to a temple. You were led here by the Archbishop and a whole bunch of different guards of various types. A lot of high access guards, a variety of different familial guards, and some that were more specific to the church as well. So before you, face in hands, elbows on knees, is the Archbishop Cyrexel Galarind. She has been listening to Duncan's retelling. Thane, is there anything that you would like to keep from her as part of Duncan's retelling? He's said that he wants to tell her everything. Nothing held back.
Yeah, we don't think we should tell her about the Celestial Collective's involvement in the possible overthrow of the government, or maybe just nix that completely. I mean, do we really want to say, hey, we're planning a revolution?
That's like your favorite thing to say. Hey, we're planning a revolution.
You do talk about that quite a lot, actually.
It's to be fair, it's
Just not pride.
It's not I'm planning a revolution, it's the revolution's coming. It's like a surprise party, but we don't know when.
It's a surprise tool that'll help us later.
Can we really? So Thane has not had any interaction with the Archbishop up to this point, so they're just going to defer to you three on whether this person can be trusted, because they have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Thane will just a blanket word of warning, like, hey, there are bigger things happening here, and we shouldn't clue in someone who is in a position of power on every single thing that is happening in the city. But you don't have to listen to them.
She listens as best she can, and as certain things are mentioned, Naevos, you've been noticing it quite a bit around mentions of Ellerin, where she kind of glitches. There seems to be like a temporary recognition that is quickly shut down. You see that with a couple of other things, specifically like the history of the city and the mentions of its past. She seems generally confused when those things are talked about. When you seem to have run out of things to talk about, She looks up at you all again, kind of taking you in. Brun, you've been leaning back against the door this entire time. You've heard people kind of moving about outside the door. This seems to be her office or something similar. But no one has attempted to get in. Everything's been pretty hush-hush on the outside. Low voices, that kind of thing. What's up?
Has anybody... Has the same number of people walked by one side and the other? Like, do I get the feeling that anyone's lurking outside the door?
For that, give me a prescription.
Prescription!
Yes, please.
That is a 12 for a 13.
It's kind of difficult to keep your attention in so many places at once. As Duncan is yammering on, as people are interjecting, as questions are asked. But trying to focus through that door, you are fairly confident that there hasn't been any untoward lingering. You hear guards whom you had left outside. You would assume they've been kind of swapping out. You heard a bunch of them leave back the way you came. You would imagine that those are going to be the house guards and the upper district guards.
But nobody just like skulked to the door and is like, they've got a little a cup.
Not that you could tell.
They've got a goblet pressed to the door for sneaking purposes.
It's red on the outside and white on the inside.
Yeah. There's only one of them, a solo cup, if you will.
With all of this, I am out of my depth. I do not know how to help
the
you.
one thing we all have in common, I think. Unfortunately, we don't know how to help ourselves either. But our task from Jebka was to bring you this information and the contents of those two boxes that they've carelessly opened in the council chambers. It's neither here nor there, but they do not know what they're messing with. They didn't see the destruction of Ulrith like we did. We're all out of our depths.
The sinkhole.
Real quick, Andrew.
Yes.
For your context, Elothian flipped the box open in the council chamber. It was Duncan's box. And you still have your sigil. Mm-hmm. Even to your eyes, there were no fibers. Just so you're aware. Also, I may have done a thing, so go ahead and ask your question while I grab something.
The sinkhole from the aforementioned sinkhole incident, that's still open? Or has that since sealed over or been sealed over or repaired or self-repaired, or is it still there?
I have not spent much time over there recently. I'm not sure the current state. Barring any interference, I could potentially get you over there. I could try. I'm not so sure. The council seemed... You see her kind of picking words very carefully, as though, even though you are confident you're alone here, she's not confident that her words will not reach unwanted ears. Many of them seemed as though they really wanted something from all of you.
Mm.
And they are not the type of people to leave that. If there's a goal, they will take it however necessary. Telling them you decline all familial offers has undoubtedly pissed them off, if I may be frank. Their reaction seemed fairly subdued in there. And that is why I am most concerned. Because to me, that says things will get much, much worse very shortly. What that looks like for you four, I don't know. What that looks like for the city remains to be seen.
It feels like that's all the more reason that we move quickly. Maybe we're misunderstanding. We're not sure where specifically the sinkhole was, and I'm talking to the rest of the group. But the goal is to get
map of Callow in the Archbishop's office anywhere that I could reference.
She does not have a drawn map or anything, but she's willing to kind of sketch something out. She pulls out a scrap of paper and starts kind of sketching. We are here in the High Temple District. Hopefully the ping. There we go. Ping ping. The area that was demolished would have been... Let me check my notes. Checking real quick.
Was here?
Yeah.
With my notes.
The High Arcane District. And again, Andrew, these buildings are not to scale. Each of these blocks of color is several buildings kind of glommed together.
And the mausoleum or whatever that you guys had said that you had seen was in city center, fairly close to where the sinkhole is?
No, not necessarily. More so, I mean, I honestly don't really know, but if I had to guess, right below the very peak of the city.
Where number one is?
Yes, and then very far down.
And then you guys, the sinkhole was around 2.
Yeah.
On the other side of the wall from 2.
But underneath, so it goes beneath the wall.
That we're in, if we go to the gate that's right there, it's right on the other side of that gate. Because we had caused a sinkhole, maybe, possibly, and then as a distraction to get to the gate to talk to the Archbishop here.
Right.
The explosion, yeah. Damn.
So it seems like our goal is to get to this mausoleum and investigate it. And the best way of doing that is
only lead right
is
now.
To go, and the best way of doing that is to go back to the sinkhole and see how far down we can go and explore the city beneath the city.
I'm assuming just leads to the sewers. There's the city center is built on top of the sewers. We blew up the sewers and it just sunk into the sewer, and then the whole building went with it. I don't know if there might be a bigger hole there, but
well, if we're looking for something that's old and buried, I feel like the sewers is a good lead.
When I went to look... Pardon?
So I hate to say it, but we might have an ally in the sewers.
Someone that Zane hasn't met yet.
Did you tell her about...
If nobody stopped me, I would be using the most disgusting words imaginable, but I would describe Might Mouth to her.
Brun would enter. Brun would kind of nudge. Like that would be like the one thing that he participates in is kind of like nudging past the sewer, like getting through. Like we got through the sewers with the help of this criminal element, and unfortunately got separated and popped up. Like try to cover up more of Might Mouth than Duncan would probably enjoy. Goblin's totally fine. Might Mouth, Brun's gonna kind of direct that anger more towards the goblins.
Okay. You would like to meet this, your sifters, the goblins in the sewer? You
I
think
have
they
some
could
more
help you?
information. If there is something buried in the sewers, as Thane is suggesting.
Well,
They would
and we think
be the
too,
best lead.
it would help us. It would help us avoid the families. I mean, maybe they'll send people looking for us in the sewers, but they're not going to know where specifically we are. It
The
would just
problem is, what's
keep us out of.
worse, the families coming after us, the dirty sewers.
The
Ugh,
sewers,
don't
families.
make me go back there.
the sewers aren't actively trying to kill us.
That
And
you can think for yourself. The sewers attacked me. It grabbed on my leg and tried to pull me into the water.
We
There's
weren't there
also-
for it, so we don't know how bad these sewers are. But
as a side note, any chance to get if Alfoza himself isn't going to come hunting for us down there, he's going to send lackeys and goons. And that's easier to deal with. Because they won't want to be there any more than we do.
so all
When
this
I
said,
was visiting the incident site, the destruction was difficult to discern beneath the street level. Building had collapsed in. It did seem fairly deep, but I don't spend much time with the sewers. So I'm not sure if it was exceptionally deep or standard.
We also may not need the sinkhole. There's 1,000 ways in on it. Any street you pick.
Mhm.
Archbishop.
Yes.
What can they do with these collars? Can they find us with them? Or kill us from afar if we don't cooperate?
I believe she holds up her own. She's a half elf. She's a half orc, rather.
Mm-hmm.
I am more familiar with this sort. The high security collars you have are more restrictive. It is my understanding that you can be found and that you can be shut down is the phrase I have heard used.
That isn't very comforting.
Why they let you walk, I do not know.
Listen, if we go down the sewers and get sewer water and they deactivate us and I just drown in sewer water, I'll never forgive you. You guys, I'll haunt the rest of you for the rest of my life.
What if What if that's what they're expecting us to do? What if that's why Alphosa let us go?
We would just leave the city? They would
No.
harbor us, brand us as criminals? Shut us down? He's going to follow us.
We seem...
What? Duncan, you mentioned that who was it? One of the family members had visited you asking
Twistmans?
about your path in.
Oh, that was the traveler.
Traveler.
The professional traveler, they
Yogani.
wanted some advice. Yes. Oh, so it was the Twistman, yes. Yogani Twistmans. Yes, ma'am. What about her?
That is suspicious. Highly suspicious. The Twist Twins are messengers.
Mm-hmm.
They
We know
control
one of them.
where information goes. Their interest in your pathing, I do not trust. What other questions do you have for me directly?
I do.
I will do what I can for you, but
and
I am limited.
it kind of goes back to this last question here about who we do trust and who we can't. And I mean, no offense, absolutely none. What is your take
I
on all of
understand.
this? How do you feel about this? About us? Do you see us as criminals, as conspirators? Truthfully, we are an old man, a large man, a one-eyed man, and a man of many men, and nothing more. I guess my real question, and again, no offense, but whose side of the fence are you on? We've laid bare our story, and I've told you the truth to the best of my knowledge. I'm only seeking to help. I'm only seeking to find whatever this black fibrous material is and put a stop to it because I've seen what it can do, and it is not pretty.
I want to trust you all. I want to believe in Jepka. She has, to my knowledge, never led me wrong. I want to believe Bishop Malor from Alrath. He is a man of integrity. I have known for a while now.
Truthfully, they both are. They're both people of integrity.
I want this city to thrive. It survives as is. It is doing well. She kind of broadly gestures around. But there are pockets of shadow and pits of evil that lurk in this place, that hide around the corner. It is not safe for the people here.
Couldn't agree.
I want this to be a place where people are able to thrive as well, not just the machine that is the city. Give me a group persuasion check.
Absolutely.
Naevos, you came prepared. He's ready.
Puppy dog eye, go!
Is this a contested roll, or is there a DC?
The DC collectively will be a 17.
I got 13. 12 plus 1.
I rolled a 7.
Is that a nat 20? I saw that face. Oh.
No, it's a 1. It's the opposite. We went the opposite direction today.
It's always your first roll of 20.
No, my first one was a 12 or 13. We're doing okay today.
Last time.
What'd you get, Naevos? So, Curtis, you rolled a 3 and got a 1?
Rolled a 1.
Or you rolled
got
a 1?
3.
Boy, it's...
That's why Brun's standing in the back against the door.
Keep her in here. I want to believe these people. And I want to believe in you. I cannot risk my position from where I can help people, certainly. You are an unknown. All of you. You've come to me with so much information. And tragedy has followed you. I cannot risk what stability I have and what help I can give to the people on you. I will try to get you to the next district. But from there, I must keep my distance. Especially when you asked to have me make an offer, a bid for you.
I apologize. I didn't understand the significance of it. Again, I'm not very much into politics, especially here in Calo. It seems a little convoluted. No offense. I did not know what I said.
That is by design.
I think I could see why.
Unfortunately. As you talk about these different topics and you hit her with every single one all at once, her eyes lose focus. About 10 seconds. She's lost somewhere. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think
she had just shown you a removable,
Oh, she's
a
got
fancier one. She's got a bracelet version. That's why she doesn't know exactly what can be done against you with your current colors.
I think those fancier ones are reserved for probably the upper echelon, because the Twistmans obviously have them. I would imagine the Super Sadas have them.
Every goddamn time.
Yeah, the quesadilla.
Never gonna
The
be old.
quesadillas
Oh yeah,
too.
the quesadillas.
The blue corn tortillas.
Oh, don't you dare bring her into this.
The prosciuttos.
I'm sorry, Naevos. You've mentioned these things. I don't know what they mean. You see fear. I um people you could talk to. And she starts kind of like fidgeting quite heavily. She's been playing with her braids with these pieces of glass that kind of decorate her hair. And she really starts like fidgeting with these things. Jepka should have returned. I have not seen her. But I believe she should be back in the city. People to talk to. You mentioned, Thane had mentioned perhaps other friends, people further in the city than I am. As for my collar, I have not removed this in a very long time, Naevos. I do not leave the city. Give me another persuasion.
Can Brun assist?
How would you be assisting? This will be a contested roll.
Archbishop.
I will roll for her a wisdom.
Brun kind of from the back. Archbishop, you speak of shadows and evil pockets in this city. I think what Naevos is trying to see is if you are standing in the shadows yourself. And Seirani's like cannot reach you there.
Go ahead with advantage.
It does beg the question: how does the Archbishop, who doesn't have a connection to her god, do anything? Because I don't have a connection to mine. That sucks. Duncan fucking hates that. Yeah.
This is your penance for making Thane stay with Silverwater.
I know. I felt so bad. I didn't realize it was Silverwater.
Duncan, we could send you to hang out with Silverwater. We could take Theta to the sewers.
Derek,
No
what'd you
one
get?
wins.
Do we want to use the reroll on her? Because you and I both have one. Okay. You're the point man on this.
I will say, for future note, this does feel a bit manipulative, that we're forcing her to take off her clothing bracelet.
No, that if
I was hoping Brad was coming out of the back corner. Take it off.
if there was a point where Brun was like, "What if I just go over and like break it?" But that's why Brun is over by the door. That's why Brun's by the door and just not
All right,
getting involved.
come on. What are we doing here? Sticking with it? You're 20? She sighs again and puts her face back in her hands. You hear her muttering to herself. Does anybody want to try and hear what she's saying before I continue?
Yeah, I'll listen.
Go ahead. Perception.
There's a 13 plus 4 for 17.
That's an 11 for Brun.
My hand don't work, but my ears.
God dang. Stop it with the 20s. She's praying. You hear her reaching out to the god that she's not connected to. She's asking for guidance, for forgiveness, for so many things.
Question.
And as she...
Is this a prayer? Is this a rote prayer, or is this more...
This is much more personal.
Okay, never mind.
This is speaking to an empty room in the hopes that maybe someone's there. You just can't see them.
I wasn't sure if it was an Our Father or Hail Mary or like a standard recitation.
Those are religion things. So she pulls her head out of her hands, and as she does so, the bracelet drops to the floor. And she takes a moment to recollect herself. You can see this physical toll of this sudden connection, you assume. For when your collars had been placed on you, the severance was quick, near instantaneous. That separation from magic. You would assume with these nicer collars that it is less harrowing of a process. But if she really hasn't been connected to her god in so long, there's probably a lot happening there.
Is she standing or
and her eyes are closed? She's been sitting this whole time. Okay. She's been sat in a chair. There are chairs around the office. If any of you had wanted them, you could have been sat down as well. But she kind of tilts her face up toward the sky through the ceiling, eyes closed. It's dark outside, but she's clearly feeling some kind of effect. When she finally comes back to herself, face tilts towards you, Naevos. The eyes open, and you see a bit of a glint that wasn't there. You see a seriousness, a focus in her eyes. Okay. She doesn't move to stop you. I don't believe I will be okay for a good while. Why did you ask me to do this? when you mentioned Ellerin this time, give me an insight check for that one. She is much harder to read in this moment. I will say, Okay. The concentration on her face is difficult to parse. You don't see the eye darting as you had when Ellerin was previously mentioned. You see her thinking, trying to remember. The name Ellerin is buried deep in my mind. But the context, I'm afraid, is out of reach. And you see her struggling just a little.
In that context, does the name Lyra mean anything?
I don't know those names. In this context, I don't think I know anyone with those names. What else would you like to ask me? I had a dream once that feels relevant. The city did not exist. And I walked through a battle. There's someone there too. I don't know the face. I can't recall the face. Is that your Ellerin?
To turn to Thane and kind of give him can you do the face? Look.
Thane is going to try to adopt that face. But before they do, can Thane... This is the same face that Thane adopted before, and Naevos was not too happy about it, correct? Same one? Or is this a different one?
It should be like Lyra's face. That's the form Ellerin has been taken.
Yeah, and that's the one that Naevos was not happy about.
Mm-hmm, that one.
Thane is going to look to Naevos before they change. They want to, but they want to pause first. Just looking at Naevos. Thane's going to try.
Give me either history or maybe wisdom or performance with wisdom.
And I'll kind of turn to the Archbishop to preface this. And was their face anything like this? Kind of, no.
I rolled a 12.
Thing.
You rolled a 12.
It's like her face with like a big burling mustache.
The Groucho Marx nose and glasses.
Her nose was broken, I swear. That's how I remember it. It was broken.
It's the
Naevos.
Comic Sans version.
She like fucking
The details are wrong. The broad strokes are there, but it's not her. I would... Go ahead.
That ain't it, man.
Thane, go ahead and re-roll that inspiration die.
That's a 14.
It ain't much,
Marginal
but it's
error.
honest work.
Freaking up there.
Thane, it's kind of difficult for a face you really don't remember wearing.
Hmm.
But with Naevos's guidance, the assistance, the detail shift, it's closer, still not quite right. The Archbishop is staring at you, Thane. You realize she was not prepared to see your face change. And she's processing that bit. It's been a big day for her. And she, once she kind of gets past the your face just shifted part of things, she studies you. Naevos, this is a studying look that rivals Gemmet Selfasari from when you were being visually deconstructed. It is familiar. But the details, I don't quite remember. I'm sorry. I'm trying.
I'm almost imagining the Archbishop looking at Thane, looking back at Naevos, looking at Thane. Brother and sister?
Half brother.
Family resemblance?
Adopted?
One of us is adopted. You'll never guess who.
Derek, what were you saying? Rebuilding. I have not experienced it. One of the Thalmus I heard once talking about the city, resetting. Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, and I'll kind of mention back to like, oh, do you want to remember my story when I told you about our dreams? Back to the city kind of building, resetting, building, resetting, building, resetting, and kind of more explain that detail or that dream in a little more detail the second time through.
But why would it need to reset?
That's what we were kind of confused on too.
That may just be information the Falmouths have. They built everything. They built this city. I saw that face.
Yep. It was in my head, and I was like, I'm not interrupting. We're doing so good.
I wonder if Tums would have any information on the construction of the city. Upper Tums, at least.
You would need access to the district.
Kind of did that I know, kind of looking towards the Archbishop. I mean, there's the one that we met in prison.
You all have been in this office for several hours. And there is a window that would normally let sunlight in. Makes sense, given who this is.
Hopefully.
It's very dark out by this point. And Brun, you hear footsteps approach the door. And there is a
Brun's still with sort of arms are crossed, leaning just fully against the door, sort of looks to the other three, and then looks to the Archbishop. With a sort of like, are you expecting anybody?
Duncan's eyes will dart to the bracelet. I don't know if Naevos is holding it or if it's on the desk.
Zane's going to switch back.
You see her adjust herself, kind of straighten the clothes out. She's still wearing those fancy vestments, as you might expect of somebody in her position to have. She gestures for you all to sit, as though you've been having a meeting. She kind of readjusts herself, gives you a look, Brun. Little head nod, very gentle. Gestures you toward a seat.
Brun's not going. Everyone sees the moment where Brun doesn't want to sit, but looks to the Archbishop and then goes and takes a seat, but turns the chair so if he needs to get up and get to the door quickly, he can.
You see her take a breath, kind of a little released sigh that you actually did the thing. Please enter. And the door swings open. Let's take a quick break there. We'll do our bio break now, because a little cliffhanger. Let's take...
So who's coming in?
Yes. Let's take a 15.
You have time to set up a battle map, I'm sure.
8:20.
Nothing bad is going to happen in this.
Let's come back at 8:20. No, I just really have to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
And eat like 3 things.
Yes, go eat
back
food.
At 8:20, please.
Thank you, 8:20.
I'll tell you something. You know what really stinks about Alexis's setup is I never know when she's there listening or not.
Just
And I don't know if we're going to discuss any plans, if she's going to be overhearing the whole time.
See, that's why I
Or
always
if
discuss
we
plans to myself in the bathroom. Then she can't be listening, right? Right?
um but we also can't say anything mean because she could be there. It's rough.
What do you guys say?
How has your week been?
Oh, it's been pretty good. I don't know if anything actually happened. No, it was a pretty
Those,
solid week
those,
of nothing.
those kinds of weeks are good. Those are good
Yeah,
weeks.
when I got nothing to do really, and then we could do done D&D on Sundays. It's a good week.
Uh, she is
We're in a big
listening.
car.
That's really funny.
She's always listening.
I listen back to every recording, just so you know.
That's so
There's that
funny.
spookier.
Want to see how
Oh
good
yeah,
it
that
is?
is.
There you go.
That is scary.
Is
Oh
it?
man.
Is it scary enough?
Is it
It can be
scary?
scarier. I just want to see like the floating
Um,
head pop up behind Andrew on the camera.
the what?
Oh, it was so scary she left.
Oh shit! It's gonna pop up behind me now, isn't it?
BRB, guys. Gotta
Um,
go scare Andrew.
I just was like the pop up on your budget laptop screen, and there it is.
yeah, I'd freak out, man. Oh, that'd be good. Hey, who was doing? I know. I think the schedule already came out. Who was doing the first game in October?
I have not gotten thinger dues from everybody.
I was doing the very last
Uh,
week, and I have all of that stuff done for that.
Phenomenal.
So my stuff is just about done. I wrote up the module earlier today. So 3 to 4 hours is what I am predicting, and I have everything set for the most part. I want to adjust a couple things, but it's ready. So I didn't know if anyone was doing the first week in October, because if not, then I am happy to do it. Otherwise, I'm cool to do it whenever. It doesn't really matter. But it is ready. Hey, Derek's back.
The thing's all here.
So Alexis does listen through all of our recordings, Derek. Be careful. She's
So
always
save your rude
listening.
comments for when Craig is turned off.
Yep. uh, I'm the man of many men.
Min. The Minimin.
I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, I was telling Evan that the worst thing about Alexis's setup is that we have no idea when she's there listening, or if she's like stepped away, and then she sent out the emoji with the eyeballs.
Always watching.
Oh.
I do love making you guys nervous.
That's funny.
Making me nervous.
Nervous. All right, Curtis is late.
officially. Take a stat boost.
Ooh, that's true. I haven't taken anything from Curtis in a while.
You should take
He
it away from his
has.
initiative because
He's
if
getting a
he's going to be
little
tardy,
too comfortable being
he's
late to
gonna be late.
things.
Man, this kid is kicking our butts. I can hear him going off upstairs. I used to, I used to hallucinate Colin's screams, the first kid, because we would hear it so often. Like I'd be at work or I'd be, somewhere else, and then I would just hear it.
Out in the woods.
Or like in the middle of the night, I would wake up like, oh, baby's crying, and it would be nothing. It would just be a thing that I made up in my head,
I think they
and
call
I
it
was feeling
PTSD.
good.
Yeah, I mean, it might
Yeah.
be.
And then I was saying like Evan's been better than Colin was because Colin just screamed all the time. But now I can hear him up there.
Hey!
What a tragedy. For
Hey,
Curtis. That's a tragedy.
Very correct.
Okay, welcome back, friends. There has just been a knocking at the Archbishop's door. Let me make sure very quickly that everything is still recording.
Knocking on Galleron's door.
They do appear to be so. Phenomenal. I love that.
My problem is I hear it in the Guns N' Roses cover of that song, so it's Axl Rose going hi, 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 and it's very different.
yeah, I'm not a fan of that cover.
Incredible. Your mileage may vary. So, door creaks its way open. And it's a decently solid door. Well crafted, just like everything else has been. Duncan, if you took the time to look around, you would still see that care and compassion put into the craftsmanship here.
That was my next
And
question for the Archbishop.
What?
Who does your door?
Yeah, who's your doorman? They do good work.
His name is Tedward. There is an individual, a fairly slight build, slender type individual, not super tall, probably 5.5 feet tall. Not a super athletic build to them. And they appear to be a half elf with a lot of piercings in the ears, kind of chains dangling in between, little lapel pins going from collar point to collar point, connected with a little chain across. Their hair is shaved on the side. Very fashionable, this individual. Excuse me, I am looking for the Archbishop, which I take to be you, and your guests. And they have a folder. To our modern senses, a manila folder, basically. I was sent to deliver some things. Is now a good time?
The best time as any.
All right, well, thank you very much,
I'm
sir.
not sure that question was meant for the random stranger in the Archbishop's
Duncan will
office.
stand up to walk to go grab the manila folder. To be a gentleman.
So they start walking in and close the door behind them. They reach out a hand to shake yours.
Shake it.
Umram Gasho,
Duncan Dubois.
here on
public
behalf.
service.
Good to meet you, sir. Here on behalf of the council. These, then, are for you four. Holds out
Oh.
the folder. Doodly-doo.
We're being served.
Doo. Community
I don't like
service,
being-
once again.
being handed things.
I will take the folder.
And you should now find, in the library, a new document.
How? Sorry, go ahead.
She did slip it back on. Gasho, it is lovely to see you again. I do wish it were under better circumstances, as I feel your news today is not going to be great. On the contrary, actually, the council is very excited, and I've been sent to deliver you the following information. Answer any questions you may have about the procedures that shall follow through the next several days, I imagine. May I begin? Kind of gestures to have a seat. Has their hands kind of gently clasped in front of them like a public speaker. Just kind of waiting for the go-ahead.
Is this going to be an unpleasant conversation?
I certainly hope not. But I suppose most of that is on you.
Brun's gonna lean over in a like loud in a whisper that carries through the room. If they offer us a property somewhere that we can just pay rent into and just use it whenever, that's called a timeshare, and don't do it.
But if we all pay for it, it certainly must be cheaper for us all.
Duncan, it's not.
Clearly, this seems like a good deal to me. They told me I would get tickets to the next Blood Bowl game.
If I may. When you left the council chamber, you were not given full information regarding the offers made for you. As a reminder, you had 5 offers. The lowest 2 were the Twistwind family and the Knobics. The middling offer was the Thalmuths. And the top offers, the Selfasari and the Alfosa. What this means for you is an opportunity. Not for some far-off property, but a place here in the city. When a family places an offer for uncolored individuals or interlopers such as yourselves, they are assuming risk and taking on responsibility for you. Now, I believe, sir, looking to you, Brun, you had inquired as to the limits of such an arrangement. All base things are accounted for. Your lodging, your new collars, clothing, etc., food, the usual. Depending on the family, there may be a stipend offered as well. It would be per person, or depending on how you are considered, could be as the group. With that, from the family side, you would take on various tasks or quests depending on your personal capabilities, and you all seem fairly capable. given the amount offered for your acquisition. Generally, this comes along with the family name as well. I, for instance, am a member of the Twistwind family. I work with communications. So as part of that, it is my job to uphold that name. And should I stray from my duties, as it seems Farney has done, well, there would be repercussions, of course. The family can't have someone acting out quite so atrociously as to leave their charges at the front gates. In this case, if there are certain families whose offers you'd be most interested in, I could specify what those might entail. Do you have additional questions? Things I might be able to answer?
So this is indentured servitude. Are we understanding this correctly?
I don't
Or
think they offer
slavery if a if a stipend is included, it's indentured servitude. Otherwise, it's slavery. You're asking us to sell ourselves into slavery.
They seem a little surprised at how resistant you are to the offers being made. You are given a choice. That part, I believe, was explained to you all, where whatever decision you make, the offer made, the difference from the lowest offer or your chosen offer to the highest is paid to the city. The funds made with the bid go to the city itself. That is one of the primary ways we fund the city and keep things running. These families will take on the debts of various individuals.
If
Does that answer your question?
may, is there no, and kind of looking at this, the Twistwind Messenger, and kind of looking at the Archbishop, is there no system of appeals here in the great city of Kalo? It seems that we were given this debt without really proof that it was ours to take. New evidence has come to light, and I feel like that shouldn't be unaccounted for.
I mean, my companion is completely right. I mean, we walked into the city. We are told, "Hey, you owe a bunch of money for something that we can't even prove that you were involved in." And don't worry, we can pay off that debt if you sell yourself into slavery.
They've kept a very measured face this entire time.
Not that I blame you. Obviously, like, you're not in charge of crime and punishment. This is a genuine curious question. How does one appeal these kind of measures? Because, all right, sure, uncollared, that's a crime. I understand. Is that worth roughly 2 million gold pieces? I don't think so.
1,300,000 and
that would
47,000.
remove half of our debt right there.
It is
We weren't even
less
there.
of a debt to the city and more. They're really trying to find the right words here.
Communications.
It is not necessarily the cost of your transgressions. These offers represent a desire from these leading families. They have things that you want, and they. Obviously, based on the highest bid, somebody wants something from you all very dearly. And Thane, you catch sight of their hands. There's a hand sign for consider. Access.
Mm-hmm.
Peak.
Mm-hmm.
My 2 questions, I suppose.
Certainly.
If we are taken into some such family, we take on their name as you did.
Indeed.
What responsibility does the family then have for any previous debts, crimes, warrants, questioning, things from
Well,
outside that may come upon the family as per the nature of that agreement?
I suppose that would come down to the nature of those previous transgressions or
Let's
skeletons
stick with
in the closet.
Let's stick with the extreme. Let's assume murder.
Yeah, I'm looking at.
Well, it depends on who was murdered and
kind
for
of
what
like,
purpose.
How much debt do you have? Because if we join the Silver Waters, we could probably bankrupt them overnight.
We could take their entire household. Let's assume
Unfortunately,
that perhaps it was an
Silver Waters-
accident and
Yeah, that wasn't an offer.
To your question, sir, unfortunately, the Silver Waters did not place a bid. They do not seem to care to have you join them. As for your question, sir, the accident in question, well, that depends on the family's view of the incident. Several things could be swept away, depending on your favor with the family. There's a little bit of a sinister hint to the smile now. Ah, yes.
Or at least contact
For
with
the offer?
I have that sensibility too.
That's clearly what this
You
is.
are
Thane,
all very new to the city, obviously.
Obviously,
Everything runs on the whim of the families. And in this case, they've decided that you are desirable. And though it is a twisted system that benefits them greatly, the rest of the city does prosper accordingly. We do not make the rules here, they do.
Thane's gonna kind of like nudge this person aside and look over at the Archbishop. You see this for what it is, right? You called this city a machine earlier. You said that it was working right. This does not seem right, does it? This seems odious. And there comes a time when the machine becomes so odious that you can't take part. You can't even passively take part. You've got to put your bodies upon the gears and upon the wheels and upon all the apparatus, and you've got to make it stop. But you're telling us you told us that we were in danger when we turned down the families. How much danger are we talking about?
I can answer that, actually. So, I was told that you were fairly resistant to the offers. Fair enough, you are entitled to your decision. The families are willing to give you about 3 days. I understand that it is not a perfect system for you. Trust me, I know. Kind of raises their hand and shows off their own bracelet. However, the access granted depending on the family is also safety from several other things, including other families. They are not used to being told no, and I believe the next several days will be considered open season for you four. There's a little too much of a smile as they're saying this. You're not quite sure why. Thane, you see another hand sign.
Mhm.
This one. Listen with emphasis. Access. Peek with emphasis. Play nice. And there's another hand sign that is one that was used by the squires. And it's that meaning of play along, right?
Mhm.
Like with Calloway, just do as you're told for now. Keep your head down, but keep alert, right? Like that's the meaning kind of folded into this one sign. So yes, I do believe they intend to take what they want from you by force, if necessary. And having seen the way several of these families work, there will be collateral. They've seen that you care about people. You've made that very clear. Kind of foolish to let that on, but who am I to judge? But they don't care as much as you or the Archbishop here does. And you can. She's been grinding her teeth, like clenching her jaw to the point where something's probably going to crack. Like one of those teeth is busted by now, right? It's gotta be, with the amount of pressure she's exerting. To make it more sporting, their words, not mine, I have been given permission to remove your collars. As well. Lucky for you, dear Thane, you don't even have a collar to remove.
Mm.
Of course, if you'd like to just leave the city and run from the debt that you would be owing to it, there's no guarantee for safety anywhere, as these families do have a fairly distant reach between them all. And again, they really want something from you. That's not for me to know about, of course, but the numbers do tell a certain story.
2 is the number I'm interested in the most right now. Maybe you can shed some light on that. Why the second offer?
Second offer, which one are you specifically referring to?
Why are they reaching out personally after we just had the whole council rigmarole that I'm sure you heard of?
I did hear about it. You had them in quite the tizzy.
And I
And
thought we made
believe
ourselves
that's
perfectly
why.
clear.
You would think that. However, I think that is precisely why this second chance, this opportunity to really cement your choice, make sure you're fully informed of any details that might have been neglected. There was a lot
Can
going on in that chamber. After all, information could have been missed.
can Thane? I don't want the rest of the group to see it yet, but can Thane try to do a gesture back
You
recommendations?
can roll for it.
I do want to roll for it.
Stealth or sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand, all the way.
You want to just send me that number?
Yeah, I can do that.
Secret numbers. Do any of the rest of you have questions for me? My time is somewhat limited, though I'm happy to answer what I can.
You had said they want something from us. But that we wanted something from them. Just money for a debt? What were you referring to by that?
Well, generally, when someone is in the birdcage and they are in conversation, there are several things gleaned from those conversations. When you are honest in those conversations, you may give away more than you mean to. That goes with any conversation, but especially when one is stressed for several days. You all want information. You are looking to help people. There are secrets you are trying to reach. And they get a bit of an edge to their expression. Secrets that some of these families have answers to. If you pick one, they pull strings, do all of the political nonsense, bureaucratic bullshit that they do, and you can access other information from the other families. That debt they take on as well, these families, should you join one. I don't know what they all know. Of course, I can take guesses. The documentation there should give you a better idea of what parts of the city each family affects. Duncan, you took the folder.
I did.
There's no actual seal on this. Nothing to indicate who it's actually from. You would assume if it was from the council, there would be some kind of official seal.
Yeah.
But there's nothing.
Is it
How long did you say we have?
3 days.
3 days.
I was told a few days. You get to run free around the city. They get to hunt you. Like livestock, or, well, not livestock, I suppose. Livestock are... I guess livestock. You will be contained within the city. They'll shut everything down, make sure you can't leave, just so they can have their fun. Make sure everyone is able to bear witness to what happens when you defy them. Might I ask why you care? Well, as far as where I'm from, no, I'm not from the great city of Kahlo. The Twistwinds, that's an interesting question. I suppose because when you control where information flows, you change the tides. Everything moves based on information. Having access and part of that, well, very beneficial for an individual. They've treated me well. I'm free to roam as I please, and no one bats an eye when I show up in this office, for instance. So what is your game? The Archbishop speaks up for the first time since, well, second time, I guess, since Omram has come in. So what is your game then, Omrum. You may not believe you've been brainwashed, as Naevos here is said by the families, but you certainly love playing games just like they do. So what is it this time? Every time you show up, it's something new. And they just kind of, very gentle, plastered on, like, face. The customer service face, if you will. A little bit of side eye, just a little.
Well, if we make a decision, who do we tell? Do we return to where we were?
Well,
In
you
the
wouldn't really be able to just waltz right into the
right.
business district. I suppose you could just turn yourselves over to the guard. I'm sure they'll be on alert for you. Truly, I don't know what surprises await you if you decide to hold out. But I am very excited to find out. Should be very exciting. Any other questions I might answer for you all? Well then,
Well,
I suppose I shall take my leave. And you get a very, very proper bow. Very deep bow.
Duncan will stand up and walk over to the door to open it for him.
And they will give you a little head nod of thanks as they pass through, and the door closes behind them.
Yep.
Through the door, you hear the very muffled steps walking away. And a little bit later, a couple minutes, you hear the murmur of guards again. It seems they had dispersed for the appearance of this individual.
Fuck. This is Duncan from the back.
well, you all have your collars taken off, and we have time.
Ah, sorry, they did not take the collars off just yet. I forgot about that part.
Footsteps padding back, real quick.
I'll say that they mentioned they'll be waiting out in the kind of communal room so that you may discuss things. And then when you're ready to have your collars removed, they will be waiting. Because I'm the god of this world and I can retcon it. Dang it.
Mm-hmm.
The collars just like pop off.
That'd be scary as fuck, actually.
Thane is going
It's like an Iron Man suit.
Thane's going to try to do a hand signal to Brun, knowing that Brun kind of comes from that world. But I want to purposely, I don't care if the other guys see it, but I want to keep the Archbishop from seeing it.
Duncan doesn't speak criminal, so he'll ignore it.
In that case, let's consider this a performance from Thane and an insight from Brun.
Okay.
It's a 14 from me.
That's a 10 from Brun.
Oh man, we suck.
Brun is
The message is imperfect in some way. So what are you trying to get across to Brun?
I want to talk to these guys without the Archbishop present. That we have a moment just to
So the
ourselves.
Archbishop is hanging out.
How many Archbishop leave our own office?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you like step out?
Do you mind if we borrow this for a minute?
I honestly, it seems like a better choice to reconsider. I've never seen them grant a second chance. And again, that is a horrifying thought. But is
But
it
the
playing
question
into
is,
their games? Is it putting people at risk? I don't know.
the question is, would we be doing more harm by joining one of these families? By giving them that extra piece of information of whatever this whole thing is, if they take that information and do harm with it, or if they use it to take a page out of Thane's book to suppress other people to make their control of the city even stronger,
Yes.
are
Which
we
is
not
exactly
complicit
what they
in
do with the
that?
Seekers.
You have all told me a lot, which does also put me at risk as well. But I will offer you a place to rest for the night so that you may at least heal a bit from your burns. Talking to the three who are in the bird cage. You did get a
I have
little
stab
burnt.
wounds.
Yeah, you do have. You are still bleeding. We do have some
Yeah,
healers.
thank you.
You will not be staying here in the High Temple District, but I can get you to a new location where, hopefully, with your collars off, they won't find you as easily. I can offer some food for the night as well.
Or they'll find us easier because we're the only uncollared people in a city of millions.
You would not be alone. There are several who are uncollared.
Did
But
you say before that you have dreams of Ellerin, or do you not remember her?
Ellerin, I'm not
Oh,
sure.
shit. Yeah, that answers the question. So the concern that we have, talking to the other guys, we were able. Did we already share this with her about the ability to communicate when we had the collars on, or did we keep that?
You didn't
If
say you were keeping that to yourselves,
yeah,
so
if nobody
Yeah,
stopped
so
believe
them,
she already
it was
knows.
completely honest.
Yeah. So if we give up the collars, we lose that potential way of communicating, not just with each other, but with other collared individuals across the city. It sucks, and we haven't had to wear one, but, well, but we've been able to access
I
that place
was
anyway.
about to say the
So
same thing.
maybe we don't need the collars.
I
So
think
we
we
were thinking
connect
about that.
while we're here in the city. At first, I thought it was
Um,
collars as well, but I think it might be
well,
whatever is in this city is connecting us.
but
Ellerin.
so there's the collars, but also we've worn the face that she's been wearing. We've interacted with that thing before we even entered the city walls. So maybe through that connection, that's why we were able to go into that place. It's something that we should spend more time
If correct me if
exploring.
I'm wrong, I have really no idea about how the Celestial Collective works. The Celestial Collective has a base here in Calo. Maybe they're connected to it and connected to you through it.
There were individuals from the Celestial Collective in the city. They are no longer in the city. It is just us. It is just me.
Were they here prior to us coming to the city?
That's true. But I mean, we don't. It's not like we
They,
share a
as
special.
a chain.
Not yet.
I'm not. Again, I'm not sure how the collective works. I know very little.
But okay. If we're still able to keep a connection with that place, then it sounds like a benefit of just we accept them with the collars and we go from there. And we can discuss it more later, overnight, once we have a room set up between the four of us on our next steps.
Which is
Nope,
a good question. What is our next steps? Going to this space? Do we decide a family or?
No, we wait for the family. We want to discuss that with you.
Yes.
Derek?
No. We don't get separated.
We would take them by name, but I don't know if necessarily that we would disband.
We don't get separated.
Does any family have a particular? Does any family have a shared interest that we can all go in on? Is there any family who talked to all of us? I'm sorry, Archbishop. You mentioned you're in danger. It's perhaps best if you aren't here for this conversation. We can leave.
We should get our room. We get the collars off, get our room for the night, and then we can discuss this.
That seems a better choice. To answer your question, Naevos, I would recommend you stay together. The families, while they do technically work with each other, they do not work well with each other. There's no telling what would happen to all of you if you were split up. At least keeping to one family, you would theoretically be able to stay together. Keep yourself sane. Share the burden. That kind of thing.
Yes, if you were in our shoes, who would you go with?
Yeah, what slave master should we pick?
Her face, scrunkles when you say that. Who do you believe you could get the most benefit from?
We want information that sounds like the Twist Twins or the Saprasadas. They have control of the tomes.
The sarsaparillas might have good numbers for us.
Don't let them hear you say that. Any of those false names. They are very proud. As much as I despise all of them. You see her kind of pause, brief glance around, crap. Abbeans. The Alphoses are probably one of the most well-connected families. Their reach is extensive, even beyond this continent. Selfasari have untold amounts of knowledge at their disposal. Talmuths, they know about the city better than anyone. It is their life's work for so many generations. Kenobics, they are the military. They are the soldiers. They are the force that spreads from the city outward. The Twist Twins, well, You had a first-hand account of what joining their family is like. There is... She pauses again to, look around. Something rotten on the wind. There's a little bit of extra emphasis, as though she's trying to convey a secondary meaning.
Yeah, we got it.
It was very obvious, not very subtle at all. She doesn't tend to lie, it
She's not
seems.
into subterfuge.
Yeah, not really her thing as a member of the current justice roles. Pantheon. Not Pantheon. Clergy. Of the office. That is the insight I have. But it is very late. The day has been excruciatingly long. You all should go. You have things to discuss, decisions to make, and I have no right to impact how you choose. I would ask that you consider beyond the city what your choices here may mean for elsewhere. These fibers, this plague, infection, whatever it is not bound, it seems, by political boundaries. It does not end at the city's walls. You saw that in Alrith, I believe. So that is my humble request to you all. But for now, please join me. We'll lead you out. She stands up, starts heading for the door. Unless any of you have any further questions for her, she'll get you set up with Omrom to have your collars removed. And then from there, you'll head out to kind of the mid-temple district.
Before, as we are leaving and about to make our goodbyes, Brun is going to privately ask the Archbishop, and sort of go up and, lean in close and go, Sister of Solari, it has been some time since my last atonement. If there is there a way to contact you moving forward to search for that atonement and also to speak further?
She considers a moment. I do not believe that is wise. Seirani will see you, no matter where you go. There are other individuals in the temple's district here that you may be able to speak to. But I do not believe I am any longer worthy of aiding you in atonement. And there's a bit of a hitch. You see a couple of very small tears have started to run. I have my own atonement forthcoming, I believe.
We are indebted to you. And if you need us, if you are in danger from another of the houses, I cannot speak for the others, but I will come. And I will help.
She does kind of she's not super old. She's like, I don't know what I told you all, 50s maybe? 40s, 50s. She does the kind of grandmother pat on your forearm.
Yes, come on.
I appreciate that. What happens next happens. And I hope we all see it safely. Though I know
Thank you.
that to be a foolish hope. We'll say that happened before the callers because I do have a little thing for y'all.
Yeah.
Umram leads you into a hallway. They seem very comfortable wandering around, like they know pretty much exactly where they are. They take a couple of turns here and there, and it's a weird path out of the temple until you realize that they have taken you to an isolated room. They open the door, check inside, and invite you in. I believe there was the matter of your collars.
What's the matter?
Who would like to go first?
Duncan raises his one hand and walks in.
Excellent. They gesture toward a table. And they request you to lay down.
I'm gonna
Face
look
down.
around. Is there any like tools or equipment around this table, or is it just like an empty table in the middle of the room?
It's a table that is there. It does not look specially prepared or anything. They do reach down to their belt and from a pouch produce a small blade. It's very...
Yikes.
not quite a scalpel, but the blade itself is like glass, like dark glass.
Does it have the
I don't
aura
know how
of
many
being more
rocks
precise than
Duncan
a
knows.
scalpel, or less precise than a scalpel?
How many rocks does Duncan know? Are you an actual fan? Can you name 3 of their songs?
The rocks?
Yeah, the rocks. How many rocks does Duncan know?
Probably like 2, granite and
And marble?
limestone.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, marble, that makes 3.
Okay, look at that. The reason I ask, for anyone else, this is obsidian. It looks wickedly sharp, especially with the care that Omram is handling it. It looks... if they had a mind to, your flesh would not protect your organs. Like, it's going straight through. Which... concerning. There is a bit of trust that's got to happen here if you're going to get those collars off. Well,
All right, I'll take
Duncan...
the plunge and kind of walk over and lay face down on this table. And it's
From
kind of
a-
as I'm like adjusting myself, my face does sharply turn to the other guys. Like, shit goes down. Like, you gotta come save me. And I'll put my face into the table.
They reach into a different pouch. They've got several little bundles kind of attached around the hips. And they pass you something to bite down on. Say, you may want this.
Yeah, and so as he gives me that, Duncan realizes he's like, maybe I made a mistake. And so he's just going to. He tried to do this with Thane forever ago when they wanted to do training. He's going to recite that same endurance prayer that he just says by rote in Celestial on the table, kind of drown it out as he's kind of biting onto this whatever. I'm assuming a piece of wood or whatnot, leather.
They've also had you like pull the shirt down or like remove the shirt so it doesn't get cut. The rest of you see Omram take their bracelet off, their collar. They set it aside. And they're doing something. You're not quite sure what. You hear them speaking low in a language that none of you... Ooh, actually... Naevos, you do understand it, but the series of the words is strange. It's Elven. And they take the knife from the atlas bone, the very top of your spine, insert it into the flesh, and you can hear the click, click, click as it taps every bone all the way down to the third thoracic vertebra, which lands about level with the bottom of your shoulder blade.
Whoa.
So there are several bones in between. And as they are doing this, Duncan, go ahead and give me a con roll.
Yeah, absolutely.
Con save.
If he's gonna definitely pass out.
Can Thane do anything to assist? Can Thane be reciting the endurance? Oh wait, Thane doesn't know Celestial. Can Thane try to recite the endurance mantra that he has heard Duncan say
no.
so many times?
Yeah, you have barely heard it the first time. The only time you're hearing it now is now through muffled screams as I'm passing out with a 4.
Fair enough.
Duncan, you make it through about 2 clicks of this knife on your spine before blessed unconsciousness takes you swiftly. To the rest of you, once this knife reaches kind of the bottom, the end of this cut, and is pulled away, you see the ink of Duncan's collar, which has been writhing and twisting and shifting and adjusting. From what you had heard, they react to interference, Thane. You see that happening. The ink is struggling. It almost seems like it's trying to escape. And this knife blade pulls it up from the skin from this cut. You see it kind of drain from the bottom of the wound, along with a lot of blood. And as the final bit is pulled away from Duncan's flesh, a needle drops. Ball on one end, a little bit of a hooked end to the other. And it clatters on the table. They set the knife aside, looking fairly satisfied. It's a very clean cut. This blade was obviously very sharp to do something this easily. They didn't struggle at all. And they pull out needle and thread and start to suture it closed. Well, that's one down. Brun, would you mind helping me move Duncan out of the way? Who's next?
Brun will gently sort of scoop up, once he's stitched up, gently scoop him up and sit him in the corner.
I love the care. The medically open spinal patient gently scooped up and put into a chair.
They stitched you back up. Yeah, I'm assuming they did all the medical stuff.
You were stitched. There was a balm applied. There's some wadding put over it. It's bandaged. Yeah, it's gonna hurt when you wake up. But if it was easy to remove these things, well, far fewer people would have them.
True.
Yeah.
So they kind of clasp their hands. Who's next?
I guess I should go last if you need me to move everybody when we're done. Could move me, that's fair.
They give a non-committal smile. They're not giving that info for free. They've given you plenty. So, Naevos, your anatomy is a little different. Mostly humanoid. They could have very well fit in with the Self-Asari, the way they're considering you. You are offered something to bite down on, and please give me a con roll. Con save. That's a great question. Their attempt on you is a little less precise than it was on Duncan. You can feel them readjust partway through a couple of takes a couple of clicks against your spine when they readjust. And that part is what sends you into the abyss. That slight readjustment, because they kind of backtrack and restart a little. And the operation is finished in no time at all. There were, for anyone counting, a few extra clicks more than there were for Duncan. But the needle is successfully removed, and a second one clings to the table. Same procedure of closing him up, cleaning him up. Looks to you again, Brun. Doesn't even say anything, just a very gentle hand motion of, please, if you would, join me for tea.
Yep, same procedures set up in the corner, as comfortably as possible.
Yeah, you do have an open wound on your spine now. Brun, are you going to face the table?
Brun's, oh no, because I am the last one. I was like, what about Thane?
Must be nice.
You don't.
It is.
Are you expecting to need this table anytime soon?
We'll see what happens.
Alright. Brun's gonna, just flop himself down.
And as you kind of settle in, they are holding the knife above you. You can feel the tip of it on the skin. I do believe you said that you were fine leaving your collar on. Are you sure about this? I could leave it. I don't know when you would have another opportunity to remove it, but that is your choice.
Brun's gonna look to the rest of the gang. Pull his head down that he's kind of got between his hands, and you just hear, "Get this thing off me."
As you wish. You feel that knife enter and start click, click, clicking, and there's a pause. Go ahead and roll me your con save. At disadvantage.
Oh, phooey. Oh, because that was a 19. Damn it.
Gotta get those numbers out faster before I can disadvantage you.
Okay. So that's a 14 plus 5 for a 19. If it doesn't put Brun unconscious, Brun is
Oh, I'm
not
sorry.
like
Did you all hear my neck cracking?
I did. It sounded
Sorry.
delightful. Brun is no bite, no chew thing in his mouth, no bite guard, and is just gonna sit there and just take it as stoically as he can. I don't know what a night he's gonna try. I don't know what a 19 gets me, but he's gonna try and just like not give them anything.
You feel this knife drag in a way that the others had not. There's a grinding with every pass through your skin. With Duncan, it was kind of just a zipper, right? A little click, click, click zipper motion. Naevos, a little bit of readjustment. For you, it's dragging. And you can't tell if that's intentional necessarily, because it hurts a lot. But you hold out until that knife pulls from your skin, and the feeling of that ink has been writhing under your flesh this whole time, and as it is pulled away by the tip of that knife, you feel a flood of energy return to you. That grinding you were feeling in your bones, in your joints, settles. It's been kind of like you're stiff in every joint you had for the past several days. And you feel this relief as that dissipates. You hear the clink of the needle as it drops to the table. And a bit of a satisfied, like, from Oram as they start to stitch you up.
Are there any problems with the stitching?
There's a bit of a resistance as you feel the needle enter the cut and like try shoving its way back up through. Like, it's a little tough, it seems, which again, everyone else, smooth sailing.
Yeah.
You're not sure if at this point
you got
maybe they are doing it on purpose.
My back's just fucked.
Like
you got scoliosis, bro. They couldn't.
What the hell?
It's from all of the crouching that you have to do through doorways.
It's really bad for my upper back.
Yeah. So he's being slit open.
Yeah,
Somebody's gotta say something.
Brun's like, I have something for like when the procedure is done. Because like Thane actually might see it as like the stitching is happening. You could see Brun's hand like reach to the edge of the table and just squeeze. I don't know if it's a metal or a wooden table.
It's wooden.
It's wood, so you're seeing like it's not splintering, but you are seeing the wood like compress under his hands as he is just crushing this thing in his grip.
Duncan's gonna be very disappointed in you for breaking that table later.
No, I'll be
He's unconscious right now.
Put that table in there, knowing that it can be squeezed and broken.
There's blood on a wooden. Hold on. There's blood on a wooden table. It better be butcher block. That's all I'm saying. That is a disease vector, the likes of which we've never seen.
Is it just us down here?
It's just you four and Oram in this room.
Once they are finished doing their procedures, thank you. Whose idea was this?
They've just kind of finished the stitching and are starting to pack the wound with goop, which you assume is for healing. There's a lot of trust, like I said. They kind of glance up at you faintly. I'm not sure what you're referring to.
It's
Gentle
just
smile.
us. It's just us.
Kind of looks down at Brun, who is still conscious, crushing a
And
table.
he is one. And he is one of us.
The head kind of turns and looks up.
You get a little bit of a jab into your wound that smarts
Ow.
as you move. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hand slipped. The who does not matter in this moment. I suppose you're welcome, though. There are many forces at play here, and you four have done quite a lot to upset all of them. It only seemed fair to level things a little bit.
Thane.
When we run,
And the eye kind of pulls up. How far do we trust this friend of ours?
that is a discussion not to be had in their presence. And Thane's going to give like a little smirk back.
You get like you get a smirk at that, like a yeah, fair enough. Duncan and Naevos, you two start coming around. You have all taken.
As they are doing that, maybe even just before, hopefully, can Thane... So Thane's going to ask, you've done a lot for us today. Could you do one more thing? One more favor?
Hold that thought for a second. Naevos and Duncan, 6 points of damage each. Brun, 2 points. Well, that depends on the question.
It's easy.
Of what do you ask me?
When we break off, can we make a scene of it? I just told the council to go fuck themselves. There is no way in hell, if we were to choose a family immediately and without being cowed first, that they are going to believe that we had a change of heart. There's no way. So when we leave, I just want to shout at you, and I want as many people to be able to hear it as possible. And if we get hunted down in the next couple days, and we go down intentionally, can you keep those people from killing us?
Whew, you do not hold back. I cannot promise your safety. That is not within my capabilities. Shouting match, though. I would be delighted to send you off.
Okay.
A small question as the guys are waking up. Just to catch sort of the temperature of the city. How do the people feel about our archbishop? Is she as well revered as some would think?
She does a lot for the people here, and many recognize that. So I would assume, in general, she's quite well liked.
Thank you.
What a sinister question you've asked.
Just simply...
But that is not for me.
Simply asking the wherewithal of our host for this particular shindig.
All right. They kind of clasp their hands together. Little, all right, that is all I have for you. Unfortunately, I doubt we will meet again. This has been quite interesting indeed. You have friends throughout the city. I hope you'll make good use of them. But do not call on me. And they pass your clothing back to you guys, your shirts, so that you can get dressed. I do have a final gift for you. You have caught the attention of somebody. And they get kind of this, like, this little tee-hee, I have a secret that I'm not telling you. You've got a secret admirer type face to them. They're excited to see what you do. So a final gift is waiting for you out at the door. And they start heading out. You are led to the front door of this temple, that massive door with the smaller inset door, and a couple of people look to see what's going on, but no one stops you. The guards that had been around have dissipated. There's only a couple who you assume would normally be here. There is somebody important inside, after all. Though by now she may have left. This process has taken, I don't know, an hour or two. It's not easy or comfortable for anyone involved. Those needles were put back into a pocket, the knife so safely stowed, and their face returned to the gentle smile that they've been wearing. At the door, there are satchels for each of you. Sacks of something. Thane, yours is notably clanky. As is Duncan's. And Brun's. Naevos, there's a familiar feeling in your bag. That pull to record. Your journal's in there. You don't even have to look.
Does Duncan get his journal back?
Hmm?
Does Duncan get his journal back?
All of your things are returned to you.
Perfect.
That's good. Thane would not want anyone finding their manifestos. Keeping their manifestos.
They planted those!
I'm holding them for a friend. It doesn't work when it's in your handwriting.
Yeah, we should probably get rid of those.
So,
And the friend is me. The friend is freedom.
what's up, Derek? Yeah. Yep.
I was trying to do it before you woke up, but
Oh,
I'm
my bad.
yeah, I'm fine. No, it's okay. I just figured to have the least amount of variables, like you guys would be surprised, or maybe not so surprised because it's Thane, but just to have the fewest number of people acting.
I think I would be more surprised if I was in on it, because then I would be like, "Oh my god, that's a surprise!"
Wow, what a...
All right.
I will let you decide in that case.
Oh, all right. And then just like whoop, like just like a sack of flour just over one shoulder.
Fireman's curry. I think that's what that is.
Fireman's over both shoulders, I think. Duncan, would you also like a lift?
No, thank you.
Your Uber is here.
Kind of like flips you so you are facing backwards.
Turn the baby.
It's a little C-3PO and Chewbacca going on right now.
Oram looks to you, Thane, gives a little wink as you all walk out into the nighttime street.
You were a symptom of a broken system, my friend. You smug motherfucker. We told your masters to fuck themselves, and then they sent you. How about next time they send a lackey of theirs? They send someone that we can kill.
They've got kind of placating hands, like, whoa, 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 buddy, calm down. Like, I don't want nothing. Right? I am simply here doing as I was bid. I do apologize, it's not to your liking. There's only so much I can do. And it's just kind of a very rambly, like, a little bit of panic, still calm and collected, though, for the most part. Right? Like, soothing the Karen at the desk.
You
have your
tell the
time
twist winds, and you tell whatever families that want to come after us to send whatever they have. And I hope they can pay good, because we are going to cut down every single person that comes after us. So go ahead, we'll make it entertaining.
I would not recommend that. It's very dangerous for you to say such things. And they're doing kind of the gritted smile of shut your mouth, shut your mouth, shut your mouth. And it continues, and their voice is a little bit louder so that people can kind of hear, but the focus is mainly on you. Give me a performance with advantage, because Naevos has something to say as well. Naevos, what you got to say?
Yeah, Brun's gonna like reach out an arm and like sort of pull it across Thane's chest and like do a little bit of the like drunk fighty friend at a party. Like, come on, buddy, like we're leaving, we're going now.
That was a that's a 19.
Good try, buddy. Brun's gonna just hold up a middle finger as he walks away, like with everybody.
And as Brun and Naevos are leaving, Thane, are you going with them?
Yes, yeah. At this point, I rolled a 19. Then.
Duncan is going to be in the back. Just turns to the guy. I guess go fuck yourself. and we continue to walk away.
They look defeated. They're playing it up.
You can't see because you're behind Brun. Biggest fucking smile on his face.
They look horrified at being told these different things and messages to return to the families. Like, if I bring these messages to the families, am I going to get shanked? Right, that kind of face. The kind of face that you were seeing on the guards. So they were already seated with this mood, right? You pass down the roadway, and you realize you don't really know where you're going just yet. A cleric with Sirani emblems, that triangle of 3, sun rays, etc., comes in near you from a side road, and they start to walk in front of you. They don't even look back, but they continue walking. If you detour from the path they're taking, they pause to look around a little bit, to check their pouch, that kind of thing, tie a shoe, etc. and start walking in front of you again. A little bit of a power walk going on. You make it to the gate, and from there you are led to what you assume to be your home for now, your safe house. You end up right about there. Ping. There we go. You are introduced, now that you're farther from the High Temple district. High Tomes. High Prayers, rather. You are introduced by this cleric to the housekeeper, homeowner, whoever. And you're settled in for the night. You're given a room. It's a little cramped for all four of you, but it is the best they got on such short notice. Outside this place, you had seen a large cemetery. That's what the square containing squares. That's a cemetery. It's got a fence around it. It's not a fence to keep anyone out or in, but decorative for the most part, to denote this as a special location for the city. And you have the evening, what's left of it, to tend your wounds, talk if you'd like, plot if you want.
So that is going to come back on us hard. These people speak one language that is in fear. And when we decide on a family, we need to seem like we have been broken and that we have heard the message of fear that they've tried to instill in us. So when they send whoever they're going to send, we're going to fight like we normally would. And we will probably lose. And then we need to beg for a family. And we think that we should go for the Alphons family. Alphos family.
Alfosa.
Alphosa. Sorry, a little accent there. They are the most well-connected, both politically and outside of this city. We need to think about what happens after this. They are the best positioned.
True.
And if Umran can be trusted, which we don't know if they can, but they indicated to me that that would be the best bet, as did the Archbishop, because it was the very first family that she had mentioned.
They also seem the most corrupted. And we have to keep in mind that whatever information, even if we lie to them, I'm sure they'll still get information. They seem to have those kind of ways. That any information that we could give to them could be used against us, against the city, against the world. Who knows how far any of this goes? And they would be as well connected as they are, the best users of that information.
In the meantime, until we start getting hit by whoever they're sending, the goal, first thing tomorrow, is to get into the sewers and explore as much as we can until what we just did catches up with us. And whatever nights we get, at least we'll try to connect to that place that we were in before. See if we can send messages to people who are collared.
I was
Well,
just about to say the same thing, Naevos.
Brun,
I
you seem like you have reservations.
I know a racket when I see one. And being in the top family doesn't have nearly as much benefit because you are looking at every person around you as well as everyone below you who wants to take a swing. Self-Asari are obsessed with information, but if we dangle a carrot with them, that buys us some time.
A large one-eyed carrot. They seem the most interested in Naevos. I don't agree with joining the Alfoza or the Soprasadas. I think going to where the information moves to the city, the Twist Winds, while I don't know what happened to Farney,
I think
they may have be the best position, and they're not at the top of the echelon. I don't feel they're as corrupted as the Alfoza are. And it's still a major family.
If we go to the Self-Asari, you will kill us all immediately because you're going to call them like the empanadas or something.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We don't go to them. I think they're the most. I don't want them to do anything to Naevos, and they have their teeth in him already. I can see them drooling every time they look at him, and that just doesn't sit right with me.
It's a medical condition.
The Falmouth family will be kindest to us. So that means enemies will come from the outside. But Duncan, you're going to hate this.
If you say the sewers for the third time, I might just
No.
leave this room and go back home.
Thane. Do you think do you have any allies in enough of the population that if something happened to the Archbishop, the people would martyr her?
Are you saying you're going to
doing anything to the Archbishop?
You're going to kill the Archbishop to set off everyone else?
I will not
short
stand by
answer
and
is
let that happen.
Short answer is we don't know. We are still building out our contacts, but we think that there may be numbers, but maybe not the necessary motivation yet. We think that if we can find a way to communicate through the dreams, so all those with collars can hear us at the same time, then we can convince them. And in the meantime, we will talk with our contacts about getting everything else set up, different cells and different projects. But it's still early into that process, and we've only met with them once.
Duncan, I understand your hesitation, and actually not even hesitation.
Not hesitation. This is a fine line in the sand. I've gone this far. I will go no further. we are not doing anything to the woman. She has been nothing but helpful for us. She's been sticking her own neck out for us. We're not going to cut it off of the trunk. Just to save ourselves.
Well, she has benefited from a broken system. She's in a somewhat stable position of power. She is okay with the status quo, even when that status quo defends slavery. Uh, if the death of one can save a city.
Can't save anything on the killing of an innocent, on killing one person to save it. That how do you make that decision? There's no ethical way of making that decision.
We think we are probably beyond ethics here.
No, unfortunately, no. No matter what we do, no matter how dire the situation, if we don't rest on our morals about what we do and who we can or who we can't kill, then we are no better than them.
Mm. So that said, we don't think it's necessary at this juncture. If that's what it comes to, then we can make that decision then. But we need to build out our contacts and figure out what exists currently, and only then can a decision be made on how reactive or proactive we can be with the population here. But until then, we're new to the city. It's all hypothetical.
As people who come from outside of this city, we don't need to bend and stoop to their games. This is what they want. They want us to do something stupid. They want us to kill all these people in our wake to get this
We will.
information. But no, that is not who I am. That is not the God that I follow.
Duncan, there
There's
has
gentle tapping at the window.
My hand to hush as I kind of look over to the window. Do I see anything outside?
You see Farney.
Walk over to the window, open it.
Nice to see you again, Duncan.
Welcome, Farney. Everybody's
They
been
kind
looking
of-
for you. What happened? And I'll kind of use my one good arm to kind of lift him inside. Try not to put too much
they
strain on
hoist themselves through the window. What happened is you all have been very busy. They close the window behind them, pull the curtains, fidget with their hand briefly, and you see from their hand purple spread across their skin. Ram horns emerge from their head, a long pointed tail. So I heard we're killing people.
Oh my god. And I'm just gonna look at Brian.
You all have caused quite a ruckus. Do you realize how difficult it was to find you again? The city's not small. Lucky for you, I'm good at my job. And it's Vox.
Yeah. Fox, what out of idle curiosity. Where is Farney right now? Are they outside the city? Did you leave them in a ditch? Because they're asking a lot of questions of the family, and I feel like we may need to swap you out for a less sought after identity.
See, the problem with that is I quite like the Twist Winds. They're very well connected with things. Very convenient. If you can find me a new one, sure. But for now, this is what I've got. And they raise up Farney's bracelet.
Now, there is this really cool person we just met named Amrin.
It's true. It's another twist to it. We could.
And we'll leave it there for tonight. So, Curtis rolled for Vox.
Yeah, my boy, he's back. My favorite pain in the ass. They were guardsmen number 3.
Surprise!
Surgery.
They were Tree the Fourth. No, I was like, do they pop out of the closet again? Nah, that's already been done. Let's go for the window. So yeah, Curtis was aiming for a 37. It rolled a 27.
That's my boy.
Thwarted at every turn. Every time you guys roll, it's bullying to me.
On purpose, of course.
Anyway, thank you guys for being here. It's 10 o'clock. We're gonna leave off there. Any last anythings from anyone that is in-game canon, or do we go to Stars and Wishes?
I'm good for Stars and Wishes.
Yeah.
All right. Stars and Wishes. What do you
I
got?
have a star and a wish, both for Duncan. I love that we have been building towards this like light dark dynamic between the two paladin groups. We've been doing it for a while, and I cannot wait for it to come to a head, because it's going to happen, and it's likely going to happen very soon.
It's just essentially going to be us on the temple stairs. It's night.
Yeah.
It's raining. We just pull
Yeah.
draw our
Brother,
sword and shoot it
why?
out.
Yeah,
My
so
brother Anakin.
I cannot wait.
Literally, you shapeshift into my brother.
It was real weird.
How did you know I had a
I
brother?
cannot wait. I have been I've had this arc in my head for Thane forever, and it does not work without Duncan. And I am so excited for where this goes.
And you haven't shared it with me, you dickhead.
I haven't.
45.
I haven't shared it.
Good
I haven't
hits.
shared it with. I haven't shared it with Evan either. So we'll see. But it's happening organically. So
Yeah.
we'll see if it actually like comes to anything. But it's something I've been thinking about.
Brilliant.
I have a star for everybody. For specifically, like a star for my fellow players. Because I had talked to Alexis about this off camera, where it was like thinking about the situation we're in. And the idea to like the Brun had of like, if you kill the Archbishop, the entire civilian population will be riotous. Which is, again, we just went through 4 sessions of the Archbishop being like our touchstone, and that was the whole point of this adventure, was to get this stuff to the Archbishop. And I loved everybody responding the way they did to that suggestion. Thane being like, not the worst idea. Duncan going, absolutely not. It's a hard line.
That is a hard line for Duncan.
And this also, and then Naevos being like, if we're gonna do it, it should be like, let me be the Archbishop. Let me be the one to take that bullet. But I also love that, because like I've also kind of been seeing this, like the two competing paladin ideologies, and then you have Brun, who is an actual criminal, being like, what do we do? And it's fun to have these two guys that are both competing for justice and the right thing, and then Brun is like they're on a similar like X and Y axis, or like they look like they're at the same point, but then as soon as you add the Z axis, it's like, oh wait a second, they're like 90 degrees apart from each other, but you can't see it in 2D. And I love Naevos still being like asking, continuing to push and asking about the people and keeping it human, which is funny as the non-human in the party being so focused on the humanity of what's going on. Is like, it's such a wild, like the seeing how we balance, how we counterpoint each other really, really well, and finding those moments to really push those is my favorite part about this fucking game, is how we're all like, we're agreeing and disagreeing with each other in the same argument.
Gold star for everyone. Fuck the fuck the
system.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're all
really
in agreement.
In their own way too.
You used it so well, though. Like, I can't be mad about that in the slightest. I do not regret at all giving you your persuasion proficiency for the night. Fully made use of that. So good on you for that.
I have another star.
Oh. Okay.
Star for Alexis for taking feedback and adjusting, because like you and I had talked off screen about some of the wishes and stuff, and then taking the steps to address and adjust and make sure, like going back and course correcting is hard, especially as a GM, making that all fit into the world and being like, how do I, okay, there's more information. What did the players, like, what information did I not give, and how do I give it back in a seamless way, while also not just being like, here's a retcon and an info dump. Getting that second visit has additional weight and impact to it. So bravo to you for course correcting and making it fit seamlessly in the world.
Also, a gold star for Alexis. Making one, the handouts are amazing, but two, somehow
the
making
art?
that all of the family symbols look like pins that I want. Like, these would be excellent.
Oh, for sure.
Merch.
I put these all over my, yeah, exactly, for making a merch line. And the character art is amazing, and it's just like,
Aw, shucks.
It helps me so much just visualize how much of a piece of shit the Alphozas are.
Oh, he's such
him. He's so detailed.
I love my handsome man.
Yeah.
Oh, agreed.
He's gonna look so pretty when I beat him to death. Like, I'm so sorry for how pretty he is. Sorry. Evan said he's a vampire.
It's clearly a vampire. Look at him.
That was accidental.
It's giving strong, like, you must be the Belmont energy.
No. Oops, I channeled myself. If my jawline can't be that strong, by golly, his will be. He was introduced with a sunbrella. I don't know how else to portray that other than making him stupid pale. So any wishes? Any other things for the good of the order? I'm glad the course correction helped, and it seemed to go well.
Mm-hmm.
You can make me cry about that later by saying how awful I was off stream. Stream recording, off recording. Otherwise, don't tell me it was bad. I will cry.
Take it.
No wishes? Nothing?
I can think of. I'm enjoying it.
So, before we split, because the question was asked at break about October. I'm trying to pull up the message.
Yep.
Okay. So currently,
I have the last week.
You have the last week. Currently, I have Andrew on the second week. Weeks 1 and 3. What do we want to do about those? Do either of you other two wish to claim one of those weeks? Do we want to pass those off to other people? What are we feeling? That's fine.
I can put something together for week 1. Currently, I'm currently deep in the weeds on prepping a demo session to be like, look, I can promise I can run D&D for children.
Yes.
So I'm
that hasn't
building,
gone on yet.
It's
Fair
the September 29th. It's the 2024 rules that I have to now learn. And then
gross.
Yeah, I spent 5 because that's what they run and that's what they sell, and I gotta at least be able to sell the book. But I can run. Yeah, I can run something that first week, Derek. If you want the third, just.
I like that idea that we all each get a week.
Yeah,
feels equitable.
On that note, because it is each of you doing a single night, there was chatter about potentially starting a little earlier, maybe 6:30, so that people have a little more time to run. Is that something we feel we can handle for all of October?
Mm-hmm.
Or is that like
fine with me?
You only get a couple opportunities for that.
Yeah, it's going to be a hit or miss for me. I know mine will probably run a little on the longer side. So I could probably convince my wife to let me do like 1 or 2 over the month, but probably every week isn't going to swing, because that's
Okay.
bath time and dinner time and changing time and bedtime and
fair enough. That's a lot to skip.
And that's just for Andrew. It has nothing to do with the kids.
that has nothing to do with the kids.
This is daddy's
time. Mine I can keep mine to 3 hours. Whatever it is that I do. So the first week you'll be fine. I would be okay with doing 7.
Okay.
So you've got at least 1.
All right. And if it happens that we can't have you start early with us, we can discuss having Andrew come in later.
Yeah.
That's also possible, depending on what everyone else is feeling. Okay. Cool. Derek, if that is not a good timeline for you, let me know. Andrew has also mentioned he would be greedy for a second day, if necessary, to fill time.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Maybe. I'm after spending some time on it today, I'm confident I can finish it in 1 session. Yeah.
Okay. Just let me know. Because, September quickly coming
almost
to a close
gone.
here.
Almost gone.
Yeah.
We only got 2 more Mondays,
I
which
hope
is
somebody
horrifying.
wakes me up when it ends.
You're a bad person for making that joke. That was about his dead father. How dare you?
I gotta do what I gotta do. You know, I got bills.
It is required. I understand.
I got a quota to reach.
Fair. I get to lose 1 person per group by taking the woods, so that's my quota.
That's honestly great overhead. Like only losing 1 person, you're doing great. You're not even statistically relevant in that. You're like,
especially if it's like children, they run off all the time. If I only lose 1 though, like actually lose, who cares? Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me. Have a good night, friends. We'll talk to you next week.
Good night, everybody.
Goodbye.